Hello everybody and welcome back to the new VR news. As always, I am Mateo311 and this is your one channel for everything VR related. Today's a special update edition, and while we will be going over some new releases and a little bit of hardware, today's focus is on some amazing updates to your favorite games. So if you end up enjoying this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you're new here, consider subscribing. Okay guys, let's get into this. Okay guys, so first up in the game news, we have two new Oculus Quest releases. The first title is called The Line, and it's a cute little story-driven experience created by Avaro, the studio known for the Pixel Ripped series. It's a 20-minute interactive story designed to introduce people to VR while telling a heartwarming tale. It features narration by Rodrigo Santoro, who currently plays Hector in the Westworld series, and the game is also designed to use hand tracking. So if you're a fan of other titles like Bonfire or The Great Sea, you might want to pick this up. So next up is Putt Pro, and this was inspired by Tiger Woods for the Xbox and Mario Golf. If you've been looking for a chance to play some virtual golf, well here it is. There's 3 different courses where you can compete against other players on, and there's a putting lounge for a more relaxed experience. With everything still closed due to global quarantines, this might be the closest you can get to the golf range right now. Now our next title recently released on PCVR, and that's Tower Tag. This is a VR shooter that was once exclusive to VR arcades, and since no one's going out to an arcade anytime soon, the developers brought this to PCVR. I did get to spend a lot of time playing it this weekend. I was lucky enough to join Gamertag VR, Buck3131, and one of the developers in-game. It's a unique cover-based shooter with a grappling hook style locomotion, and if you're interested, I'll have a review up later this week. Okay guys, let's jump into those amazing game updates I mentioned earlier. Now the first update is for a game that you most likely haven't even heard of. It's called CR VR, and it's been in development for almost 3 years by a single developer. It's actually been in early access for almost 2.5 years now, but the developer's commitment is unwavering, which is clear from the frequent and well-documented updates. Now if you're not familiar with this title, it plays very similar to Minecraft, with a focus on exploration, gathering materials, and building structures. The world is procedurally generated, and the gameplay is very relaxed. In the multiple pages of notes from one of the recent updates, you'll see everything from performance updates, a slew of new items, and even a pair of gravity gloves. So if you needed a reason to look into this game, it's simply the sheer number of new updates. So next up is my favorite competitive multiplayer shooter, namely Hyperdash. Now this game is currently in an alpha state and free to everyone on PCVR and the Oculus Quest, and their latest version, Alpha 6, brings with it some amazing new updates, including a new deathmatch mode, an XP system with player levels, the ability to see who's playing on a server, which is great for finding your friends. There's also been some additions to the spectator mode, some bug fixes, and the shotgun has received an appropriate nerf. Honestly guys, if you're not playing this game, you don't know what you're missing. Even in its alpha state, it's one of my favorite VR games. So next up is another early access game that I have been following for over a year. I have an incredible soft spot for this game, and that is Silicon Rising. Now this is a single player shooter with some amazing graphics that at times turns into a bit of a bullet hell title. Now one of the biggest complaints that people had against this game was it used a node-based locomotion system. This made people file the game away as just another wave shooter. Well, the latest update brings free locomotion. The developers of this game have been extremely receptive to all criticism, and over time the updates to this game have changed it from a good title to a great one. It's currently on sale for $16.99, and I highly recommend you check it out. Now our next update is coming out in 3 days, and it's easily one of the most exciting and largest updates on this list. What I'm talking about is Blade and Sorcery Update 8. This game is receiving major updates to its magic and armor systems. You'll now have the ability to imbue weapons with your magical abilities, creating things things like lightning arrows or flaming swords. Armor is separated into 3 separate tiers: cloth, leather, and plate, all with different penetration properties. Materials like metal are obviously harder to penetrate and will force you to use different techniques in battle. You also get to play with gravity, shoot some fireballs, and there's even a tutorial. But one of the more exciting updates is mod support for custom armor and custom spells. Blade and Sorcery is already such a mod-friendly game. Empowering users that much more is just going to lead to more greatness. Now, I personally have not played Blade and Sorcery yet, which I know is a sin against VR. It is a must-play title, and I will get to it. I'm currently holding out for the campaign release. So next up, Color Space, the VR coloring book, got a free update with 3 new scenes. Say what you will about this title not actually being a game, but as a father of 2 young girls, I know precisely how soothing just sitting down and coloring can be. Color Space takes that to a whole new level with immersive environments. Now, another game made color a big emphasis in their upcoming update, and that's Gadgeteer. This Rube Goldberg puzzle title has an update coming out on June 11th. This update will allow you to aesthetically redesign your puzzle with a new color picking tool. The developers felt this was necessary because no matter how different or complex a level was designed, they all end up looking almost exactly the same. This sounds like a cool new feature for enthusiasts, but the update that I'm more excited for comes out in August, and that is online level sharing. Games with player-created content and the ability to share it online just adds so much to the overall value and replayability of the title. Okay guys, so that was the great update list of June 2020. The last thing we have to discuss is just a little bit of hardware, and that is the CR Deck Mk.1, which is an open source AR headset based off the Project North Star, and it features Ultra Leap hand tracking. Now, Project North Star was to be an AR platform with a specific set of built-in hardware. That included 2 1600 by 1440 displays running at 120 Hz and a 100-degree field of view. It also featured Leap Motion's hand tracking sensor. The Mk.1 is built off of that project, it's open source, and it is modular in nature. So in a way, it's like piecing together your own computer, except it's an AR HMD. The Mk.1 shown in this video is still very much DIY in appearance, but they do have some cool looking sketches for the Mk.2. Alright guys, that was today's new VR news. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, well, I hope this video got you to subscribe. Okay guys, I'll see you on next time.